Sunday night in Atlanta, and the Falcons, with lots of hopes in this 2026 season, begin the second quarter of the campaign as they welcome the Baltimore Ravens to Georgia for this Sunday nighter. Mike Tirico with my partner Greg Olson, the veteran Nick Folk to get this one started. Off we go on Sunday Night Football. And he gets this back out to the 30-yard line. Reasonable field position. That's where the offense will get this one going. First carry for one of the league's best workhorses, Derrick Henry. And he'll gain about 6 there as it's up past the 35-yard line.
A 6-yard pickup brings up second and 4.
Ball on the 36 now. Here's second down and 4. From the gun, Jackson. And it's left side and caught by Flowers. And he'll be taken down. The gain is 6, and it's a new set of downs. He picked up the first down.
Really nice job here by the quarterback, understanding what did he need to pick up a fresh set of downs. In this case, that underneath drag route was all it took. Get the ball into the hands of your receiver, pick up a first down.
A design run here with Jackson. He's trying to push his way forward, but there's nowhere to go. They've got him right at the line of scrimmage.
So everything this defense talks about, Mike, is creating negative plays. It's one of the best run defenses in football. Everything is about suffocating you at the line of scrimmage, make you work for everything you get.
Jackson now on second down. Pressure all around him, and down he goes. Calais Campbell, the longtime veteran, in there to bring him down.
And these are the type of splash plays that can have an impact, especially as the game goes on. So offensive line has to do a better job to make sure that they have this protection shored up and that this isn't a sign of things to come.
Here's a short one caught by Andrews. And he's down inside the 40-yard line. Jackson to his big target, Andrews, for the Baltimore first down.
I know, I'm biased. But listen, you can't convince me, Mike, that there's a better option on the field, especially when you got a guy like this, that on third down or critical moments, that's where the ball needs to go. The size, the speed, the matchup problems that he creates. When I was in a critical situation, there is no doubt where I'm going with it.
He was trying to get it to Jamar Chase, and it'll lead to a second down. The shotgun, here's Jackson. That one just too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
And when you look down the field, Mike, there's just really nobody creating any real separation. And instead, he tries to give one of his guys a 50-50 contested catch opportunity. But with the coverage as tight as it was, it just falls incomplete.
On third down, Jackson. Contact as he delivered it there, and the pass is incomplete. Good job defensively to make sure he could not find the throwing lane, and it sets up fourth down.
Great pass rushers live for third down, especially when they know the offense has to be one-dimensional. And this is a great example here, Mike. They can just pin their ears back and go. They know there is no threat for run. It is a must-pass situation, and for this offense, they're lucky it didn't result in a sack.
He's got a receiver. It's Chase. And he's going to have the Ravens first down. As this defense too loose there. Gain of 19 on fourth down.
Jamar Chase, Mike, when you look across the league, not only clearly one of the best wide receivers, I think for what it's worth, he's one of the best all-around players in the entire league. And what was a difficult season just a year ago for Cincinnati, the injury to Joe Burrow, some of the lineup changes, didn't really matter who was behind center. Jamar Chase continues to be one of the top receivers in all of football.
Here's a 2nd and 9. To throw is Jackson. Rolling to the left. A throw left side, but it's going to wind up incomplete. Zay Flowers, the intended receiver. 3rd down coming up.
So you find yourself down here in the red zone. This is where it's critical for the quarterback, Mike, to understand he's only got 2 options. Put the ball in a spot where your guy can catch it, or in a spot where nobody can catch it. And unfortunately for them, this time ends up being the latter.
Jackson from the gun on 3rd down. This to the right side, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
Every so often, Mike, you can see these offenses, and it looks like the passing game gets a little bit too predictable. And as the defense continues to flood the back end of these zones with extra defenders, they're continuing to force this quarterback to not only make some difficult throws, but to put the ball in harm's way.
No move for the field goal unit. They're going to line up and go for it on 4th down. Back to throw, Jackson. That's to the end zone, intercepted. That's the safety, Kirby Joseph. And the Falcons are going to get the football here. They force the INT on the game's opening drive.
I don't hate the decision, Mike. Be aggressive. Come away with a touchdown. But what the quarterback understands in this situation is you just can't hold the ball. You got to get it out of your hand, give your guy a chance to come down with it, and he puts the ball in harm's way and results in a pick.
Left side in the hands of London.
This is one of those throws where you're hoping you do most of the damage after the catch, but give credit to the defense. Once that ball was caught, they were on him quickly, and there was nowhere for him to go after the catch.
2nd and 5. To throw is Willis. Nice gain here. He's going to be marked down at the 35-yard line. They pick up 17 through the air. First down, Atlanta.
First down, at the 35-yard line.
Throwing, Willis. Now a screen going to be set up for Robinson, and he's going to be brought down up past the 45. That screen goes for 12, and that's a first down.
They've done a nice job spreading the ball around. Make the defense have to account for as many different weapons as possible here early. I think back to our conversation with this coaching staff, Mike. They identified this guy as someone they needed to get involved early and often, so that might be his first target. I don't think it's going to be his last.
They'll run it for the first time with Bijan Robinson. And he'll be hauled down at about the 35-yard line. Give them 17 more, and they are on a roll. Another first down.
First and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Willis. That's deep for the back of the end zone. And that is incomplete. Took a shot here at the end of the quarter, but it comes up incomplete. The Falcons have it to start quarter number 2. They've got it with a 2nd down and 10. Throwing is Willis. Out wide, that's Robinson. And he'll be taken down at the 25-yard line. His second grab on this drive, good for 11 yards, but most importantly, a first down.
First and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Now Willis. That is going to be hauled in. He's got it. Devontae Smith, touchdown Atlanta. That his second TD catch of the season. The veteran Nick Folk here for the extra point. And he misses the extra point. It's no good. That is his second miss of the year. And the score stays right where it is. So the lead stands at 6-0 as this one is kicked off. Justice Hill to return. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. Jackson now to throw on first down. Out to his right. He'll tuck it and take off. And he'll get this one close to a first down, maybe a yard short. That's a nice pickup with that first down scramble.
Initially, Mike, a really good job by the defense. Nowhere to go with the ball for this quarterback. He's forced to pull it down and turn into a runner. A little slow reaction, and he's able to actually pick up a pretty good gain.
They'll pitch it out here to Henry. And he's going to have a Ravens first down as he'll get this up to about the 42.
Simple play to call, but complex to execute. A toss play is beautiful, Mike, when a team hits it like they just did. We can see why they're a fan in the toss. Healthy gain, and they pick up the first down.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. Off the play fake. Jackson moving to his right. There's a throw right side. That'll be incomplete.
Just doesn't seem to me right now that he's seeing the field very well. I mean, that last possession results in the pick. You'd expect him to come back out here and be a little bit more careful with the ball, find easier completions, find the better matchup. And instead, he puts the ball back in harm's way, and he's lucky that wasn't another interception.
They'll try again here. Second and 10. Jackson. Just trying to avoid the rush there. He's hit as he threw, and the pass is incomplete.
They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming, and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
So after back-to-back incompletions, it is now third and 10. Jackson looking to throw. And he just about got there. Good yardage on the scramble, but he's going to wind up a yard short of the first down.
Great reaction by the defense. At first, Mike, it looked like there was enough room out there for the quarterback to pick this one up himself, but they were able to rally to the ball, and I think the officials are going to mark him just short.
It's too long for a field goal. They'll go for it here on fourth down. They'll try and run for it. He's going to have a Ravens first down. As they manage to convert, that'll keep this drive alive.
Just a great effort by the back. I mean, just the ability to keep your legs moving, to make sure he had enough to pick up the first down. He's able to move the chain by a few, and just a great call, great execution, especially given the circumstances.
On play action, here's Jackson. Exiting the pocket right. Now he'll run. And he'll be forced out of bounds and pick up a couple on that one.
Nothing open here downfield. I think it's a good job just getting to the edge, getting something positive, getting out of bounds.
From the 46, here's 2nd and 8. Jackson now. You can't beat a running quarterback. Gain of 16 and a first down.
They got to do a better job of keeping the quarterback contained in the pocket all week, Mike, against mobile quarterbacks. You talk about rushing as a group. This time they get a little undisciplined with their rush lane integrity, and he makes them pay.
Offense rolling right along on this drive. Another 1st and 10. Now, Jackson. Did all he could to get away, but they're going to catch up to him, drop him for a big loss.
The defensive coaches, they preached all week, Mike. They have to have relentless pursuit of this quarterback when he tries to extend the play. So often it results in a great play for the offense and a big pickup. This time, because of that pursuit, it leads to a big loss.
2 minutes to go here till halftime. Greg and I back to Atlanta in a moment. Second down, Jackson. That's taken in by Jacoby Lane. Well, they'll get some of the sack yardage back, but it's still going to leave them with 3rd down.
And while it ultimately worked out for him this time, Mike, this is not a throw he wants to make a habit of, because that was risky. When he threw it, I thought that ball was being picked. I think he got away with one here, results in a big pickup, and get a fresh set of downs.
He's got his tight end. That's Andrew.
Jackson's pass completed by Andrews. Touchdown, Baltimore.
Tyler Loop now for the extra point. He's got it, and the Ravens move out in front by a point. It's 7-6.
Falcons 6. Tyler Loop to kick off.
Now, after the touchdown, Loop is back out to kick this one away. And that one is through the back of the end zone. It is a touchback.
35-yard line.
From the 35, it's 1st and 10. The drive will begin here with a run by Robinson. This one over before it started. Hit behind the line. It's going to be a loss of a couple.
It's a loss of 2. Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 33-yard line.
Willis to throw. The ball deflected at least a couple of times, but it'll fall to the ground. It's incomplete. Kyle Hamilton, the versatile defender, with the good coverage there.
If you want to be a top-notch NFL DB, of course, yes, the athleticism is a given. But it's really, you have to be instinctive. The instincts are what allow you to maximize those physical skills, and you saw them on full display right here, leading in the big-time breakup.
Well, they come to the line. Not an easy one to convert. 3rd and very long. Throwing, Willis. A throw on the move is caught. And a good short tackle right there. It stops him a good distance short of the marker. It sets up 4th down. They do indeed snap it as they'll try and throw. And that is not going to work. It is incomplete. They go for it on 4th and wind up turning it over on down. A 1st down throw for Jackson. A hit as he throws there. It's going to wind up incomplete. The pressure got to him that time, and it'll set up second down.
You know, it's hard to speculate, Mike. We sit up here and we try to just interpret and assume what's going on in the minds of the players and the minds of the coaches, but they seem to me to be a little bit rattled. All these negative plays have really started to pile up in the first half. He's got to settle down, have some more efficiency on these early.
Under pressure, and down he goes. They got him. James Pierce getting in to record his 9th sack of the year. Now a timeout, Atlanta. That's their first. They stop it here with just under 40 seconds until halftime. So, backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. From the gun, Jackson. Oh, what a run. Down inside the 30-yard line. Now the Ravens use their first timeout. It'll be first down and 10.
First down, Baltimore.
Here's Jackson. That is caught at the 3. And he's in. Jamar Chase. Touchdown, Ravens. It's his 2nd touchdown of the year.
You know, Mike, at this level, not all touchdowns are created equal. There's some plays that result in touchdowns, and then there are touchdown strikes. And this one is the latter. I mean, you talk about a confidently thrown ball on the money downfield. It doesn't get a lot better than this, and his receiver is able to take it in for 6.
They didn't leave much time on the clock to put together a drive here at the end of the first half. And the kickoff's coming their way. Showing off the big leg. Didn't want to defend a return, so this ball is going to be spotted at the 35-yard line. Willis now to throw. This one into the hands of Brazel.
The key to good route running, Mike, is deceiving the man covering you into thinking you're doing one thing, and then you change it and do the other. And in this case, he had the defender thinking this was a vertical downfield route, and then next thing you know, he gets to his break point, he breaks in, and that ball's put right on the money for a big pickup.
Falcons go ahead and take their 2nd timeout, and they'll get a chance to talk things over after picking up that first down. Nick Folk now on with the field goal unit. This from extra point range, a 33-yard field goal attempt. Folk's kick is good. And the Falcons are back within 5. Kevin Stefanski going to turn to his field goal unit. This about as short as you can get. Folk's kick is good. And the Falcons are back within 5. So we are at halftime, and Greg and I will be back right after this. It's the National Football League on EA Sports. Pretty interesting first half. We'll see if any strategy changes for the next 30 minutes or more as this second half gets underway. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line.
The Falcons take over first and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
They'll start on the ground with Robinson. Up the sideline to the 40. Inside the 20. And he is gone. 74 yards. Touchdown, Atlanta. And now, after the big play, got to cut that celebration short because they're going to stay out and go for two. That's out quickly and complete. And he will get in. The two-point conversion works. And the lead is up to 3. After the touchdown, out is Folk to kick this one away. Here comes Hill on the return. And he is stopped at 25. The drive will begin there. Play action now. Jackson. The throw on the run is complete. It'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
This is a great example of why it's so critical that on defense, everybody does their job. You got a free hit blitzer coming right at the quarterback, but because they don't contain him in the pocket, they allow him to escape, and it doesn't allow that blitz to get home.
They'll come up on a 2nd and 7 from the 27. On the ground, here's Henry. Into the secondary, past the 40. And finally, they'll bring him down, but he's up beyond the 45-yard line. They get an even 20 on that one. First down, Baltimore. Off play action. He'll set up to throw. And he's going to run out of time. They get to him and bring him down. Anthony Nelson, relentless in his pursuit. He finally ran him down. It's a loss of 8. 2nd and long coming up. In the shotgun, here's Jackson. That one's incomplete. Good coverage there. Made it uncomfortable for the receiver. Couldn't hang with it, and it brings up 3rd down.
Sometimes it's those footsteps. I don't care how long you've been playing or at what level you've been playing at. When that defender's bearing down, you really get a good idea of what guys are willing to go through contact to secure a catch, and in this case, what guys are unwilling.
Hit as he throws. That one will fall to the turf, and it's incomplete. The pressure too much to get away from that time. Good 3rd down stop, and it sets up 4th down.
I just don't like the look of this passing game, Mike. It just seems a bit erratic. On top of the 2 straight incompletions, they've already turned the ball over through the air. And truthfully, with how dangerous some of these throws have been, they're lucky it hasn't been even more.
The punter remains on the sideline. They're going to line up and go for it on 4th down. On 4th down, they snap it to Jackson. And he's going to have the Ravens first down. They convert in style there. Big play on 4th and long. Again, it's Jackson. That is left side and caught by Flowers. And he's close to another first down as he's brought down just shy of the marker.
Well, let's give some credit to the big boys up front in the trenches. They knew that blitz was coming. They held up just long enough that the quarterback could get that ball out safely and results in a completion.
Ball on the 30 now. Here's 2nd down and a yard. A give right up the middle to Henry. With good blocking leading the way. He's got the first down inside the 25.
It just seems like every time this guy touches the ball, he makes something happen. And not all of his runs are always going to be positive. He's kind of one of those guys that's going to get a 0, a 1, a 2. But it's the home run threat. It's the big plays that really tip the scales in your favor. And when you can generate those big explosive plays on the ground, man, it makes such a big difference for the offense.
And he'll wind up getting halfway there. Not bad. A first down gain of 5 on the scramble.
Initially, they do a really nice job taking away his first and second read, but what they fail to do is account for him as a runner. He ends up making something positive out of a play that initially didn't look like it had much of a chance.
Jackson now on second down. Has caught. That's Lane. And the Ravens are going to have first and goal, trying to finish off this drive with a touchdown.
I love the way the ball's been moving around to different guys this drive, Mike. I mean, it really keeps the defense guessing and off balance. And now, this defense is going to have to figure out how to keep this offense out of the end zone because it's first and goal.
Henry will take this one into the end zone. It's a Raven touchdown.
Well, I think everybody sitting at home says, I could have called that play, right, Mike? I mean, you got Derrick Henry. Just look at him. Is there a mystery of who's going to end up with the ball down here close? I mean, one of the most physically imposing running backs we've seen in the history of the league, and his ability to convert down near the goal line continues on that run.
Here comes a return from the 5. Now an opening past the 30. He'll wind up getting this all the way to the 45-yard line. Give to Robinson from the pistol. And a good job following his blockers. A gain of 7. It'll be second down.
A 7-yard pickup brings up second and 3.
Off the play fake. He'll look to throw. He finds Smith working across the middle. And he'll be out of bounds inside the 30-yard line. They get 20 on the connection. It's good for a Falcon first down. On the handoff, it's Robinson. And he takes it down to the 15-yard line. That's 13 more on that play. And quickly, another first down.
First and 10 at the 15-yard line.
Another run here for Robinson. And he's going to lose yardage here. That's the way they'll switch ends as this third quarter has come to an end.
Traditionally in first and 10, Mike, a defense is not playing for draw. So I think in this case, it was their quick reaction to the ball and able to get someone to meet the runner and stop him behind the line of scrimmage.
So they'll come to the line, second down, they need 14 yards. They'll begin the fourth by giving it to Robinson. And this one not going to do the trick either. Stop behind the line now on consecutive runs.
It's now third and 15.
Throwing is Willis. Carrying that ball loosely, and it is out. And the Ravens have come up with the football.
That was a great play by the defense, Mike. He got a little sloppy with ball security as he leaves the pocket. They're able to knock it loose and put an end to this drive.
Here's a run with their tight end. And he'll try to use that size and push forward, but it will not work. They're going to get him down behind the line.
At this stage in the fourth quarter, great job by the defense, understanding exactly what the offense is trying to do. They're trying to bleed the clock, shorten the game. They completely sold out to stop the run, able to take them down for a loss.
Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. Out of his end zone, Jackson. A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete.
It's pretty remarkable at this stage, Mike, that they're even winning this game. I mean, anytime a quarterback is completing less than 50% of his throws, you just don't see that very often, and it just seems like time and time again, this quarterback and his intended targets, they're just not on the same page.
Jackson from his own end zone on 3rd down. That's complete. It's Justice Hill out of the backfield. And a good job here defensively. They did not let him get away. He's well short of the 1st down marker.
When you throw the ball short of the sticks on 3rd down, you're relying heavily on the yards after the catch. So give credit to the defense here. Once the ball carrier had the ball, multiple guys around him, corralled him, take him down short of the sticks.
The offense staying out there for this 4th down. Back near his goal line, Jackson. Oh, they get the takeaway they needed. It is intercepted. Picked off by Divine Diablo. So they make the decision on 4th down to try to go for it. Instead, it goes back the other way for a pick 6.
Yeah, and anytime you go for it on 4th down, you're saying, hey, we don't mind rolling the dice and taking some chances. In this case, it backfires. The defense is able to capitalize, and they take it all the way back the other way.
So now playing with the lead after that 4th quarter touchdown. Time to kick it back the other way. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. Starting on the ground with Hill. And he'll gain about 6 there as it's up past the 35-yard line.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
From the 38 now, here's 2nd and 4. To throw is Jackson. And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long.
Mike, this isn't real complicated. You're just not going to win a lot of NFL games when you continue to give up sacks at the rate that they are. I mean, this is just a complete disaster for this offensive line, and if they don't get it fixed, this game could be a runaway.
On 3rd down, Jackson. This offensive line just has no answers right now. That's another sack.
And this defense, they just continue to put in a great night's work. I mean, Mike, you think whether it's been blitz scheme, stunts, whatever you name it, this offensive line has had its hands full. They have allowed their quarterback to be hit way too many times.
Trailing late, they've got to go here. It's 4th down. Now it's Jackson. He's got his tight end. That's Andrews. And he is out of bounds, but not until he's inside the 40-yard line. It's a huge play in a tight ball game. 31 yards. On 1st and 10, Jackson. Uh-oh. And it's a big run down to the 10-yard line. That one good for 29.
At this point, it just gets frustrating for the defense, right? I mean, you've been watching this guy make big play after big play all game long, not only on the quarterback-designed runs, but it's the scrambles that can really break the back of the defense, and we saw it again here.
Oh, that's one he just needs to unload it, but he did not. He'll go down as a sack and a big loss of yardage.
I understand what he's trying to do, Mike. He's thinking, can I extend this play? Can I get out of the pocket and buy some time for my receivers? But on these early downs, that's a ball that just needs to be thrown away.
They'll come up now for second down. Back to throw. Jackson rolling right. He'll take off again. And a nice run there on the scramble. Pickup of 8. They are in much better shape for this third down play call. So, 2 minutes to play here in the second half. We'll come back and finish this one off after this. Work to do, the crowd helping the defense. Third down and 9. They'll drop to throw. That's going to be caught. Jamar Chase. Touchdown, Baltimore. His second TD of the game, and this one gives his team the lead.
That was just too easy, Mike. It's just straight man coverage. Great route by the receiver on the slant. You just can't give up an inside release deep in your own end zone because, as you just saw, it's pitch and catch.
So now playing with the lead after that fourth quarter touchdown. Time to kick it back the other way. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start.
The Falcons take over first and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Here is first and 10. Throwing, Willis. Oh, the pressure too much. He goes down. Now on second and long.
It's now second and 19 at the 19-yard line.
Throwing, Willis. That'll be caught by the running back, Robinson. Well, that helps. It's going to be a much more manageable third down, getting some good yardage on that second down play.
Third down.
To the right, that's Pitts. And he's going to get out of bounds with the first down. Double as good there. They get the first down and save a timeout.
Well, they finally are able to convert on a third down. And, Mike, when you look back at a box score, some of the biggest indications of how well the game went, of course, you don't want to turn the ball over. How do you execute in the red zone? And then how are you on third down? Third downs typically lead to long drives. Long drives tend to lead to points. It's not a real complicated formula. Stay on the field. The more snaps, the more plays, the better.
Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts left. It's first and 10. To throw is Willis. Now a screen going to be set up for Robinson. And he's out of bounds inside the 45-yard line. Can't ask for much more. On the screen, they gain 19 yards and a first down.
As this game continues to come down to the wire, Mike, it just reminds us, this is where quarterbacks earn their keep. You are judged by how you play in these critical moments. In fourth quarter, down a score, it doesn't get much bigger than this.
And he'll be met in the backfield and dropped behind the line of scrimmage. Here comes second down.
A loss of 2 brings up second and 12 at the Ravens' 46-yard line.
Willis now to throw. This is complete. Left side. That's Brazel. And he'll be taken down after a gain of 9 and third down. Coming up.
A gain of 9 brings up 3rd and 3.
They'll run with Robinson, but he goes nowhere. Call doesn't pan out. It's going to bring up 4th down.
On the stop. No gain on the play. It's 4th down.
Now a timeout, Atlanta. That's their first, as they'll discuss what's to come as 4th down is looming. Now the Ravens use their first timeout, as they'll discuss what's to come as 4th down is looming.
Field goal. A 54-yard attempt.
And this one running out of steam. Not enough leg to get there. No good. So it is a win here for the visitors, the Ravens. And that's now 4 victories in a row as they continue to